first of all, I am not single. I am uncoupled. Okay, that's just BS. We're all single. We're all in this together. However, it's not all that bad. It's sometimes we're lonely. Yeah, I'll admit. Why can't we just find someone? But other times, I actually think it's all right. It's all right. We're getting the hang of this. I saw him first. Before I start, I really want you to just put this in your head. You're not going to be single forever. I think you need to remove that mindset that it would never happen for you. I've seen so many TikTok videos of girls saying, oh, me at 28, me at 29, me at 30, going, oh, it's probably over. I'll probably never find someone. And then they do that little fast forward to the future and they're happily ever after. They're with the man. So first of all, let me just say, remove that thought in your head that you'll be alone forever and it's going to be horrible. You're going to be sad. Just remove that thought, because the truth is it can happen at any time. You can walk out on the street tomorrow and bump into the love of you don't know if you're going to bump into the love of your life tomorrow. So as much as it's taken so long, I just really want you to remove that thought, forget about it, just turn it off. Okay, whatever doubt is in your head right now that's telling you you're going to be alone forever, you're going to be single forever, all of your friends are going to go off, be married, have kids, you're going to be there, the single one. Even if you're 35, it can happen tomorrow. You can be married by your 36th birthday if that's what you really want, okay? So first of all, remove that thought and replace it with, it will probably happen for me. I just don't know when. That's a different way to think about being single. Now, let's get into number one. Think about it, right? At this time in your life, everything you do, for the most part, is for you. You're not thinking about your kids. You're not thinking about your husband. You're not thinking about your kids' friends, parents, your kids' friends, families, your sister-in-law, your brother-in-law, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law. You're not thinking about all the other external people that you have to now bring into your life when you get married, that will now influence all of your life decisions, or the people you have to cater to and pander to and think of and incorporate into your life before you make any sort of decision. You don't have to think about that right now. Everything you do right now, you do for you. You wake up in the morning for you. You get out of bed for you. Maybe you have to work. On the weekends, you get out of bed for you. You cook that meal for you. You buy that clothes for you. You eat that food for you. You can decide today, I want to go live in a different country. I want to go on holiday. I want to go on holiday next week. You can do that. You can book that holiday today and go next week. Well, unless you have a pet. But see, even that is a responsibility. Now you have to think about the pet. But you don't have any kids to worry about. You don't have any husband to worry about, to cater to pander to think about. It's all about you right now. This is your selfish era. You can do anything that you want. You can be whatever. You can travel whenever, go wherever. You can pack up and move to a different country right now and you don't have to answer to anybody. Just tell your parents, all right, I want to go live in this country. What are they going to do about it? You're a full-grown adult. You can do whatever you want. And I know that sounds very minimal, but just picture this life. Fast forward a few years when you have a husband and kids. Do you think you really will be able to leave the house without telling anybody where you're off to? At least your husband has to know. And then your kids, you have to tell them when you're coming back. Who's going to feed them? Well, your husband, but besides your husband, who's going to feed them? What if your husband's out as well? Then who's going to feed them? Right. You're not having to plan your day and see who's going to be home at what time to take care of some kids, who's going to feed them. You're not thinking about any of that right now. But fast forward a few years, when you're actually married with kids, now you're thinking about school fees. You're thinking about their clothes. You're thinking about whether they're getting the right type of education, about who their friends are, who is, hitting on them when they're teenagers, who they're hanging out with, who they will be when they grow up, their mental health. your husband who you talking to at work? Is he cheating? Is it so many problems that you will have in the future you don't have right now? So try and just, it's hard sometimes when you are in the trenches of the singleness and loneliness, but try and just close your eyes and picture all those problems you don't have right now that you will have and may most likely have to deal with when you have kids and a husband. It's all about you right now. So just try and enjoy this era, this selfish era that's all about you, because you're not going to have that ever again. Maybe when your kids, get out of the house, go to uni, but you're actually going to be a parent forever at some point in your life. Forever. You never stop being a parent until the day you die. You're still going to be a parent. So right now when you're not, and you can just be who you want and live your life the way exactly how you want it and not have anyone to answer to, why not just enjoy it while it lasts? It may not last as long as you think. Like I said, you could really just meet someone tomorrow and that's it. That's it. Your single era is over. Your selfish era is over. So enjoy it while it lasts. Number 2. You probably feel so bad about your single life because you assume that everyone in a relationship is happy. Now, I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm really not trying to be a hater. But that's a big lie. Oh, the number of dilemmas I hear on podcasts, the Reddit posts that I see, the stories I hear on TikTok. I mean, that woman, I forgot her name, Tessa, whatever, Tisa, that did a whole long hour or more than that about who the fuck did I marry. Go on TikTok and tap it in, who the fuck did I marry. I'm sure a lot of people are doing their own versions, but you should be able to find the original. She did a lengthy video about how she basically cannot recognize the man that she married. She met him during lockdown and basically he's just a big liar, a big lying piece of shit. He lied about everything. Lied about who he was, what his job was, who his family was, his finances. She really could not recognize him in the mirror at the end of it. Luckily, she didn't have his kids. Thank God. But this guy could have bankrupted the shit out of her. I'm not going to spoil it. But it was just a piece of complete shit. And he managed to manipulate. How can someone like that trust anyone again? His whole identity was a lie. His old job, everything, how much money he made, it was all a lie. You don't have to deal with that. There's some people dealing with bullshit. People writing dilemmas on Reddit saying, oh, my boyfriend is cheating again. Should I forgive him for the 3rd time? My boyfriend called me ugly. He says I'm unattractive. He says he's not sure if he still likes me. Men tweeting things you do when you start to hate your girlfriend. And it's like, these are the men you want to be with. And let me not overly gender this, okay? Because women do shit as well. Women cheat, women lie, all sorts of shit. There are women that, get pregnant for someone else and then try and, pawn the baby off as their current partner's baby. And they don't find out until further down the line. You don't have any of that problem. No one's keeping you up at night because of their stupidity. Okay, so don't assume that everyone on the internet looking happy, holding hands, being in couples and going on vacations, don't assume they're all happy. Do not assume that. And even if they are happy, well, I guess that's a good sign. You can have it too. You can have all that they have someday. It's not too late for you. But no, let's get back to the hating vibes. They're probably unhappy. They're probably crying themselves to sleep every night because their man ain't shit. The boyfriend's probably worried about the, work husband that his girlfriend has. I tell, maybe it's just the fact that I listen to way too many podcasts about dating, relationships. Am I the asshole? Today I fucked up. So many Reddit bullshit. And I've heard too much. I feel like I know too much to be fooled right now. Most people, I'm not going to say most, maybe that's an inflation, but a lot of people are in shitty relationships. And I tell you, I would rather be alone than unhappy in a relationship. Oh, it's such a waste of time. It's a all different kind of worry and struggle. Trying to think about, the feelings you have for someone. How can I tell them I love them? Do they love me? They've not asked me to be their girlfriend. I can't be bothered. Please, go away. If you're not head over heels in love with me, if you're not 100% sure that you want to be with me, I don't want you. Go. Stay where you are. Leave me alone. I enjoy this peace and quiet. You should too. Because again, it could be gone. Poof. Tomorrow. So yeah, don't just assume they're all happy. No, you're probably happier. I'm sure there's some studies out there. I've definitely heard this before. That yeah, people in healthy relationships are happier on average than people that are not. People that are single. However, I'm pretty sure I've heard this before. That single unmarried women with no kids are also happier than married women with kids because of all the responsibilities and everything else that I've said before, the stress and catering to and taking care of and wondering and worrying. Oh my God, boy, enjoy this time. There's no one keeping you up at night. And lastly, number 3, see this as your trial and error period. That's how I see my single life right now, an experiment. This is an experimental stage. This is where I really, really niche down to the core of what I want for myself. This is the time when you should, adjust and calibrate and really, really be sure of 1, who you are, and 2, who you want to be with, the kind of person that you want. Many people have rushed into relationships and chosen the wrong people. Boy, is it so much better to be single than to be with the wrong person. I mean, people have said before, who you marry is single-handedly one of the best or the worst decisions you can make for yourself, right? And I know I'm talking about marriage because, for a lot of people, marriage is the end goal. But right now you're single and you have the time in your hands to better yourself, to get yourself to that level where you only accept someone on your level. Does that make sense? Because, we live in a world that's quite transactional, and for the most part, you can only get what you quote unquote deserve. I know I'm using words that might sound mean, but in the dating market, most people will date homogeneously, right? People on their level, homogamously, or hypergamously. Mostly women want to date up. So don't you want to be that person that has every right to choose, someone, quite up there, someone quite attractive, someone who's doing well for themselves, someone of higher status? Do you really want to settle for crumbs? No, this is your time to work on yourself and be. I know you've heard that too many times. I really don't like hearing work on yourself either, because what if you've worked on yourself and you're sure of yourself and you're confident and you're self-sufficient, but you still want someone? Yes, one could say that. I have said that before. I'm not looking for a partner because I feel half or incomplete. No, I want companionship. So I completely understand that. But the best part about being single is that you can experiment. You can see multiple people. You're not tied down to one. And yes, you might also say, but I only want one. I'm at that stage. I am at that stage as well. So yes, I hear all of your argument. But at the end of the day, I still think this is your time to refine your taste. Go on more dates. Maybe you're not dating enough. Maybe you're feeling lonely and really single, quote unquote single, because you're not dating, you're not even seeing anybody, you're so alone and lonely. No, put yourself out there, go out on dates. And I'm preaching, maybe not really taking my own advice, because I always delete the apps and then re-download it and then delete it and then re-download. I hear that, it's annoying, it's frustrating. But this is the best time. While you're single, it's the best time to just be the person that someone else, it's a no-brainer. Be so good they can't ignore you. That's what you should. Be so good, so amazing. It's a no-brainer that someone incredible will want you too. You can't convince someone into you if you're not convinced of your worth either. So this is the time to really take, a lot of people don't even know who they are. They're just like a merge of, they've merged into their partners. They're just a reflection of what the other person wants. This is a time for you to refine your taste buds in men and women and whoever you're into. This is your time to really be sure of who you are and what you want in a partner. Refine it. People say that I'm picky, and I'm so proud of it. Yes, I am picky. You should be picky. You should know exactly what you want. But if you haven't had the time to think about it, if you keep jumping from one relationship to another, if you don't really enjoy being single, then you're at the mercy of someone else. They offer you the bare minimum and you accept it because you don't want to be alone. But when you spend so much time by yourself, you know you can do it. You know you're capable of being by yourself and thriving. Then you'll be damned if some random ass person tries to offer you the bare. I will be damned if someone doesn't offer me exactly what I want. If someone brings me crumbs, what? I can feed myself a whole loaf, okay? I am thriving by myself. So I'll be damned if I let someone ruin that peace for me. That's how you should feel. That's the energy you should be on. Okay? And this is the time where you get confident, get comfortable in the discomfort of perhaps loneliness. Get comfortable with the discomfort of being alone, going out alone. People think it's such a big deal when I say I go out by myself on the weekend. They're like, where are you going? I say, I don't know. I'm just going to go out and see where where the world leads me to, where my feet lead me to. Go out for brunch, go out to the cafe, go out. Some people just can't think about the fact that they can go out besides the grocery shop on their own. They think it's so foreign. Why? You have yourself. You're your own best friend. You should be your own best friend. You were born into this world alone. So why can't you survive alone? It's fine. And besides that, you have friends when you need to hang out with someone. You don't always have to do something with a partner. You don't need a partner for everything. And this is not an anti-relationship, podcast at all. No. I said before, I want to get into a relationship this year. I said it at the start of 2024. And I was still waiting. I was still looking. But in the meantime, boy, I want to enjoy being single. I want to enjoy this phase in my life. That's really what I want to hammer on. It's a phase in your life. It's a transient time. It's going to pass. You're going to find someone at some point. You are. It doesn't make sense to someone as incredible as you. It's pretty. Look at you. Look at you. Just look in the mirror. Look how great you are. And you think you're not going to find someone. Then that would mean that everyone in relationships is great. Let me not shit on people in relationships, but doesn't mean everyone who has someone doesn't mean they're any better than you. Not at all. Maybe they're just coupled with someone just as mediocre as they are. Sorry, I'm not insulting, but it's true. It's true. Maybe you're single because you want better. Maybe you're single because you have high standards. Maybe you're single because you have taste. You have good taste, refined, beautiful taste buds, and you know exactly what you want. Okay? So yeah, feel superior actually. Feel superior to these people that are just coupled with nonsense. Yeah, because it doesn't mean that they're prettier than you. There's ugly people in relationships. Don't want to call people ugly. There's socially unattractive people in relationships. There's broke-ass people in relationships. There's people who have no idea what they want to do with their lives, lack direction kind of people in relationships. So it's not a trophy. It's not a big deal. You can swipe on anybody today and pick them to be your partner. But do you want that? No. Why? Because you want better. You know what you want? You want something amazing. And if it's not amazing, what's the point? Because by yourself, you're so much better. So if you're going to allow someone into your space, into this space you've peaceful aura you've built around you, do you want it to be just like mediocre and someone disruptive and someone who won't bring you peace of mind and someone lackluster and subpar? No, no, that is scary to me. No. So those are 3 reasons why you should just just enjoy this phase in your life. 1, it's a phase. It's going to pass. You will find someone. You will find somebody at some point. So just enjoy this single life when you make all the decisions and you run your own life. You run your own train. You drive your own train. No one else. You don't have to think about anybody. You don't have to worry about anybody. 2, be confident in the fact that not everyone in relationships is happy. Not everyone in a relationship is happy. Some relationships are worse. Some people are worse. Oh, their mental health is so much worse now than when they were single. So you're probably doing better than a lot of people in relationships. You think they're having fun out there, but they look at you and think, wow, what I would give to be single again with no kids and responsibilities. And number 3, this is a time to refine your taste. What better time than to define yourself and who you are and be confident in the discomfort of being by yourself and being alone and being single, so that when someone offers you mediocre, you just reject it immediately because you're like, what the fuck? What do you think? What do you think this is? You want to come in my space with that nonsense, with that jargon? No. You've established yourself so firmly on this ground, on this earth, that you know exactly what you will and will not tolerate. That's it. That's all I've got to say. If you like this podcast, if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you click on every other one. I have a playlist. I saw him first podcast playlist here on my YouTube channel. So yeah, my name is Anjy, and I don't think I introduced myself at the start of this video. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.